Hi folks, come out and see us at Backyard Spa and Leisure here at 4105 Southwestern. Come out and see the finest selections of sunrooms, pergolas, hot tubs, outdoor kitchen and living space, everything for the backyard. Give us a call.
Hey, welcome to week 4 of the Pigskin Review.
Going right along.
Appreciate our lovely crowd here today supporting what John, Mark, and I.
And we're here for a Pigskin preview.
And enjoying really the non-district games. Several districts are still going, but we actually have a couple of districts starting, John, Mark.
For sure, we got District 1 2A, which may be top to bottom the toughest one in the state, and then District 3 4A. Both of these are larger districts, so they get a little earlier start, and they begin for real this weekend.
Right, you got 8 teams in these districts basically, so those are the ones that start. Some of our teams have 4 teams in district. We won't see them for another month, John Mark, which is scheduling issues.
Yeah, it is. For non-district, to get that non-district schedule, they've had to hunt and find teams wherever they could. But for 1 2A and 3 4A, it gets to be real serious this weekend.
Let's talk real quick about 3 4A right out of the box. Hereford and Friendship go at each other. Really, Hereford's established itself as one of the favorites. Everybody predicted Friendship coming north would be a beast to lead off.
Traditionally tough. Of course, Hereford went to the 3rd round last year. Whoever wins this game, Lance, really overcomes a huge obstacle in that district opener.
Especially Hereford if they win on the road, in my opinion.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Coach Don DeLozier, they are doing a great job. They have a tremendous quarterback in Ryan Martinez, so they've got a shot.
Yeah.
Here's the one everybody's looking at. None of us predicted this. Caprock 3-0, Randall 3-0. It's at the Bro. Big game for both schools.
Well, you know, Randall was 1-9, I believe, last year, and Caprock was nearly 500, but both of them combined 6-0, and you know they're outscoring teams by like 138 to 40, somewhere in that neighborhood. Both about the same. So they've dominated their opponents, and now one of them is going to go to 4-0, one 3-1.
How about the Rock if they get it going? They haven't been to the playoffs since 1975.
Yeah.
Let's move on to 1 2A real quick. You have Division 1 and Division 2 starting. In Division 1, Muleshoe's already 3-0. John Mark, does he ever lose over there anymore?
Boy, I tell you, David Wood has got it going over there in Muleshoe. You know, state champs 2 years ago. They've got that long regular season game winning streak. Going on the road to Lubbock Roosevelt. Roosevelt's been playing well, so that's going to be an interesting matchup to follow.
Both are 3-0, and then in the middle of the pack, you're talking Bushland, Childress, Freona, all who these playoff berths. And Bushland right now at 1-2, obviously has had some injuries, which has hurt them. And we'll see if they can get it going.
Yeah, and especially to their quarterback.
Right, real quick in Division 2, then in that district, you have Spearman as a surprise team at 4-0. Has a chance to really run the table, and then you have Fritch at 2-2. Who's
right.
Really rebounded from what we thought was going to be a long season.
Right. Well, I'll tell you something that's no surprise, Lance, in 1A is Canadian is back into it. The Wildcats have moved to number 1 in most polls, and they've just run roughshod over everybody they played. They've scored 178 points, only giving up 40, and
they're heading over to the land of entrapment or enchantment, what I call. But anyway, congratulations to Canadian. Just a tremendous job on that program.
Yeah, it really is.
John Mark, although District 2 5A doesn't start for a little bit, it's still some big games for Amarillo High and Tascosa this week. Amarillo High goes down to Odessa. Obviously, they've the great running backs sitting down there, and see if they can tackle him.
I think the best chance for Amarillo High is just to keep the ball away from him and do that ball control offense.
And they do that well. I saw the game against Midland Lee, and they had like a 9-minute drive. Didn't get any points out of it, but they're capable of doing that, and that will be the trick. And then Midland Lee, for the second consecutive week, makes the long trip up to Amarillo.
That ought to be an interesting game. Tascosa played pretty well for 3 quarters against Permian last week. See if they can put together 4 quarters this week.
Yeah, and both those teams, you and I are calling it right now. We agree on this. Should be contenders for the district title.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right, yeah, get a good prep weekend. Hey, we have the Backyard Spa and Leisure Player of the Week.
Oh boy, and he had a good game. Why don't you tell us about him, Lance?
All right, Chris Perez of River Road's a great running back. He tore it up last year. He's tearing up now. They go over to Santa Rosa, New Mexico. He carries the ball 13 times.
Not a whole lot, but tell us about his yardage.
228 yards.
Yeah.
scored 3 touchdowns and threw a touchdown pass. So Chris Perez, River Road running back, senior stud, you are our player of the week.
Congratulations, Chris. Good job.
Lightning round.
Welcome to the lightning round, where Lance and I prove what little football we actually know when we try to pick these games as quickly as possible. Lance, I got in my hand a brand. Now I don't know if
but don't beat me.
I don't know if we want to brand each other or whoever does the worst. I hope not, because it was me last week. But this is courtesy of the Boys Ranch staff. This is a Cal Farley brand. We're going to add it to our collection right here with the Cal Farley brand.
And anybody else who wants to send us some stuff, we would love to put it on the set.
First.
All right, I'm going to say, I'll say LaForest Pirates will get a W this week.
At McLean, I'm going to be just a little opposite. I'm going to say McLean in a close one.
I'm going with the Rock by a touchdown.
I think the Rock's on a roll. It's going to be tough, but they also will win.
Woo, Sunray at Vega. Sunray needs a win or some momentum. Vega's not happy this year. I'm going Sunray.
Sun is shining on me. I'm going to Sunray as well. Boy, this one could be a big road win for Don Delosier, and you know what? I'm going to go with a little bit of a slide upset. And I'm going to go with the White Faces.
Wow, you stole my thunder, man. I'm going with the Herd.
Well,
the Herd by maybe a late field goal.
Okay, sounds good.
Sorry. Ooh, Plainview Dumas got to go with the Demons in their house. Plainview will give them. It'll be a close game.
Bulldogs have been struggling this year, and Dumas is coming off a surprisingly not so good effort against Borger. But I think they'll rebound, and they'll rebound at home, and they'll get Plainview.
I got to go with Bradley Marquez's Magic. I don't think Amarillo High can tackle him. They're going to lose.
Especially down there, it's a difficult place to win. I'm going to go with Odessa High by just a little. Stratford, just too much tradition, too much strength, too much size for White Deer.
It's a big chance for White Deer to prove themselves. Stratford's banged up. I'm not going to go with the upset Stratford. Wow, San Jacinto is coming off a 46-0 victory. I'm going with San Jacinto.
Yeah, I'm going with San Jac too, playing a kind of a new team in Darazette who's trying to find their way a little bit. San Jacinto on this one.
The lightning round is over.
Well, that's it for this week, but hey, fans, you can follow us on several different ways. One's on Twitter, Lance, one's on Facebook. And as a reminder, and I know, Lance, you'll appreciate this, if you're supposed to call in your scores, call in your quarterly scores to Amarillo.com for your games this week.
That quarterly score thing, everybody in the press boxes are always looking at it.
It's great.
It
it's
really
great.
is. Thank you very much.